Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review. We're going to be looking at a tool from 7-Eleven Tools. This is their In-Line Ratcheting Driver. This is the Hex version. I think they also have one that fits in the Leatherman. And this has actually been in my Amazon wish list like for a really long time. In fact, it was so far down that I kind of had forgotten about it. And then here recently, Sir Master of None had a video, put it into a vessel stubby, and that kind of brought it back into my mind. And then I went to go buy it, and unfortunately, even in my wish list, it said temporarily unavailable. So I contacted the company just to ask them, hey, when's this going to be available again? They said it should be within the next little bit, but they actually decided they was going to go ahead and send me one anyway. So they did send me this. I got it for free. I'm not being paid to make this video or anything like that. So just to give y'all the heads up on that. But I actually was going to go buy this thing after I watched his video because it kind of is the reason why I don't like ratcheting screwdrivers. I'll get into that in this video and how this might be the solution for me whenever it comes to that. Again, I can't remember how much this thing costs because it says temporarily unavailable, but I want to say whenever I put it in my Amazon wish list, it was like $50 or something like that, which is pretty expensive for something like this. But the fact that you can kind of use it and probably any screwdriver that you want to make a ratcheting screwdriver if you want to, I think that's kind of the go-to for it. But I'm going to show you kind of the things you can do with it. I'm going to show you the screwdriver I plan to put it in and the reason why I think this is a good fit for me and a good try for me to be able to use a ratcheting screwdriver to see if I can get over that hump of, hey, I just never use them. Maybe this is going to be the thing to do it, but that's what we're going to look at in this video. Let's go ahead and jump into it. But again, it is from 7-Eleven Tools. You can see up there their In-Line Ratchet Driver Hex. Hex is the important part. You want to make sure that you get the Hex if you want the version I have. They also have one for a Leatherman. Here's the side of the box: neodymium magnet, integrated keyhole ring, 3-way ratchet system, anti-slip diamond cut texture, and 1/4 inch single-ended and double-ended bits compatible. There's the back of the box there. There's some QR codes if you want to scan and check that out. And then let's see, yeah, here's some measurements information there. Weighs 71 grams is what the box says. Did come with a little sticker there as well. Other than that, you get the Hex inline ratchet right here. It also comes with this, which is very much like the carabiner style, like bit holders. You push forward on it to release it. But it also has this little holes right here. So whenever you go to push it on, you push forward and pushes on. You could use one of these. They provide you with 2 of these. Run it through that hole. This just twists together. It's threaded. You can kind of put that on a D-ring on a pouch or something like that and kind of carry it that way if that's what you want to do. But again, you just push forward on that, pull that off. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. And then on this side, you have the 1/4 inch hex. And then this side is where the bits go. It does have a neodymium magnet in there. That's what this slide does. It moves that magnet up and down. So whenever I go and put a bit in, you'll see that this right here move forward. As I put that bit in, it kind of pulls up and grabs a hold of the bit. And then to release it, you can either pull this down, it pulls that bit off, or pulls the magnet off the bit, pull it out. But it also just, pulls out with a little bit of force as well. So you don't have to do that, but that's the option there with that. But again, it did say it takes single-ended bits and double-ended bits. So if I take a double-ended bit out of like a Klein Impact 11-in-1 socket, there's a double-ended bit. Even though this one has that ball bearing on it, it's still going to go down to there. It would go down farther without it. But that's in there, like without me pulling it out with some force. If you had a double-ended bit that didn't have that ball bearing, I feel like it would go deeper. So you can use double-ended bits on it too. So that's one useful feature to kind of, again, talk about that price range. So the other side of it is this side over here, you can use it with flip sockets. So if you have any Klein flip sockets, here's the 1/4 inch 5/16. You can stick it in there. Now, in order to use that, you're going to have a shaft like this that has 1/4 inch kind of on both sides. Put that into a screwdriver, and then now you can put your flip sockets on there. Now, you can do that. In my opinion, it's just as easy to use a smaller, Klein flip socket shaft, put it in this end, and then just use it this way. That's how I would do it, but you can use it the other way, and no matter what socket you use, they kind of got the depth figured out to where you still have the whole entire nut driver down in there whenever you do it. But again, my opinion is I would just do this right here. The only advantage to putting anything on this side is that it reverses the ratcheting. So if you prefer like to do clockwise, to turn this clockwise, it kind of flips it around, versus this way it's more like most of the other ratcheting screwdrivers that are out there, if that makes sense. So why would I want this for, if it's $50, over just going and buying a ratcheting screwdriver? So there's multiple ratcheting screwdrivers I've tried over the years. I just never have become a really big fan, and for the most part it's because most of them are like this right here, and this is way far down there, and I don't like to have to reach up with a second hand to mess with that right there. So that puts me up a little bit too far. The closest one was the Klein 11-in-1 impact ratcheting. That moved it on up this way some, so I can kind of work this one without moving my other hand up there if I want to. So I kind of like that on this one. And then you get into the Vessel had one where it's way back in here. I like that about this one too. But the biggest thing for me about why I don't like ratcheting screwdrivers is because I like the screwdrivers that I like. These two right here are my main screwdrivers that I use all the time, and they are the Vessel Tang Through. I like them primarily because of the weight. That's like Vessel has a ratcheting screwdriver. The ratchet mechanism is way up here, but this screwdriver right here is super light compared to one of the Tang Throughs. So ultimately what it comes down to for me is I just prefer using the Vessel Tang Through screwdrivers if I have the option, and that's what causes me to not grab some of these screwdrivers sometimes if I have the option. You know, the little Vera here right here, I do like it because of the way it works, where I can just constantly use this thumb. So that's a little bit, I actually use it like this more than I use it as a ratcheting screwdriver. So I started to use that one a little bit more than maybe some other ones. But ultimately what I'm looking for is Vessel to come out with a Vessel Tang Through ratcheting screwdriver. They haven't done it yet. So then when I saw Sir Master of None's video on using his Vessel stubby, he wasn't using a Vessel like this, but this is what I've got now. I've got some Tang Through handles. I've got this version right here. I've also got this version. This one actually clicks this in a little bit better than this one because it's got like a little clip in here where this one doesn't, but you can put it in either one. You know, it's going to fit in there. Now it does move the ratcheting mechanism. It's still that problem for me where I've got to come with another hand and grab it to twist it whichever way I want to. I can't reach it with one hand like I can the Klein Impact 11-in-1, but it still gives me the screwdriver handle that I much prefer using. So now if there's an option for me to grab this and use it and use a ratcheting screwdriver, I'm more likely to, because it's just my favorite screwdriver handle. That's the main reason why I decided I was going to go ahead and try this. So this is the Vessel, I think it's the 220, or this is the 238 HW. I think this is actually the 220 something or other, wherever it is on here. It might not even be on here anywhere. I think it's actually on the bit. But this is the 238 HW. It's actually one of those with the spring in it where you can hammer it. I never use it for that, but it has the same heft, same weight as those Vessel Tang Throughs there. And this ratcheting mechanism works. It's got the 3 positions, like it said. You've got the fixed position in the middle. You've also got, you know, if you turn it that way, it's going to do the counterclockwise, so that's going to loosen a screw. Or if you turn it back towards me, that's going to let you, you know, go clockwise. That's like what most ratcheting screwdrivers are. And the reason behind it, I actually prefer the Vera the way it is, where I turn it the same direction. But I understand, especially if you do have to reach up here for this. So if I'm wanting to put a screw in, let me go ahead and put an ECX bit in here and let me turn it the other way. So if I'm wanting to install this screw and I'm going to turn clockwise, I want to go ahead and come up here and just grab this. As I turn clockwise, it's going to move that switch back towards me. So I basically keep it in the same motion of however I want to go. And then I can just use this screwdriver in that ratcheting way. And then if I want to loosen it again, whenever I come up here and grab this and swap to loosen, now it's changed that mode and now it's going to be in there. So that's why they set it up that way. And I get that. I still prefer the way that the Vera handle is. But let me go ahead and get this screw started. And I was trying to get it up close and see if we can get the ratcheting sound going in the microphone, because I'm a little bit far away from it. Let me just get it so it's not wobbling around on me. So let me go ahead and get up a little bit close, see if you can hear it. So I actually, again, $50 is really expensive to buy something like this, but if it allows you to use the screwdriver of your choice, and again, something happens to this screwdriver handle, if this thing lasts, I can just pop this thing out, move it over to something else, use it in that. Here's like the Klein stubby. This would be the one option I kind of thought about, because this actually gets me that ball handle feel. It's got a little bit of weight to it because it's got bits and stuff on the inside of it. It's still hitting the same heft as the Vessel Tang Through, but this gets it up here to where I can actually just move that with my hand. So this might end up being something that I run. I will say though, I did check it out because this comes with those little 1-inch bits, little half bits, and they don't really grab or go well inside of here. You can use them, but they're actually a little hard. Like even if I push that magnet all the way up, which it pretty much already is, it's harder to get these bits in and out because they sink down in there a little ways. You can use them in it, but it's just not really probably ideal. I think you want to use your standard 1-inch bits if that's an option. But let me go ahead and put this in here. That's a square number 1. That should work on this as well. So again, with this one, with it being a little closer, I can just use it like this. And then now if I want to go in reverse, I can reach up here, twist it back the other way, and be in reverse. So that's the one benefit to this. So a vessel would come out with a hang through ball that probably cut itself off right past this knurling and then made it so you could put this in here. That would be like the perfect screwdriver for me. But there you go, guys. There is the 711L inline ratcheting driver hex version. Again, have to remember that. I think blue is hex. I think they have the red version for the Leatherman. One really important feature that I forgot to put in there is the fact that this magnet is strong enough that it magnetizes your bit as well. That's not the case a lot of times on a lot of different drivers, so I like that as well. So who is this for? At that $50 price range, I think, again, that's the price. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you have a screwdriver handle that you absolutely love, they don't make a ratcheting driver for it, this is an option for you to be able to make that happen. And not to mention, it's, you know, all metal construction. The magnet's good. It seems to be very well made. So again, if you've got a Vera screwdriver you like that's not ratcheting, you could throw it into a wrap adapter. Any Klein screwdriver you've got that's not ratcheting that you prefer that has a hex capability, you could throw it in there as well. My favorite thing, again, is a vessel tang through, so it gave me that option. Again, it's temporarily unavailable as I'm filming this. As it's available, I will put it in the first comment, also in the description. I'll probably make a post or something once it comes back in stock. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. Let me know if you have this, if you've been running it, what screwdriver handle do you put it in, which one is your favorite. I'd like to know that in the comments below as well. As always, I hope this video was helpful. You guys stay safe, have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.